Hello and welcome to ESL Revolution, everyone. I am your content creator and professor, Dr. B. Not a real doctor. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to the next major class combat proficiency line. This is with the Republic Commando, and more specifically in our proficiency line, we are doing Combat Medic. That's right, Combat Medic. Today's video is brought to you by Merlin Swartor. That's right, a big shout out to Merlin. As I had said in my Scoundrel and the Scoundrel Sawbones and the Operative Medicine line, I had contact with Merlin through email, and he gave me permission to go ahead and use his written guide for the basis of these videos. So thank you so much, Merlin. You did a great job. Also like to give a shout out to Volk, who is another amazing content creator and putting stuff out there. I really thank him for all of his efforts as well. And hopefully I can be 10% as popular as they are. So there's my goal for you. Don't forget, hit the sub button, hit the notification button. Class proficiency guides are going to be coming out on Tuesday in your feed. I've got storyline content coming out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Thursday. Thursday's an open day yet. Haven't decided what I'm going to do on Thursday, but there you go. So that's the general week laid out so far. So get subbed up and you will have that notification sent to you. Okay, these videos are divided into 3 parts, as if you have looked at the Scoundrel and Operative videos that I did, the first video that I do is a 10 to 15 minute overview of the class and proficiency in context. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do now. And then second video is going to be utilities and passives. And the third video, which generally is the longest, is going to cover things like gearing, stats, and particularly as a healer, energy management. Okay, so those are the 3 areas the 3 types of videos that I will be putting out for you today. So let's get started, because we are now 3 minutes into the video and I haven't done anything yet. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Let's talk about the class first. Let's talk about the class. Now, combat medics are a pretty balanced healing class, to be quite honest. And there is some similarity, to be quite honest, there is some similarity with the Sawbones or the medicine line, which is why I wanted to put this one out together, kind of in tandem with that class, because as I was kind of reviewing the guide and going through and deciding how I wanted to make this, I did realize that there was a little bit of overlap, and I thought the Trooper was the next best thing to do. Now, Commandos are extremely good for AoE healing, just as the Operative Sawbones is, or the Medicine Sawbone line is. Quite good in terms of AoE healing. They do have extremely strong single target burst healing, which is great, and that's going to be, every 20-30 seconds you're going to be able to get something in there that does quite a big chunk of healing. Now, that in comparison to the Operative, obviously single target on the Commando is much higher. They are able to kind of switch around fairly well from AoE to single target. So depending on the situation, they can do both fairly effectively. But I still think the we'd kind of need to give the hats off more to the single target healing for Commando. It's not to say that their AoE is bad, not at all. It's actually very strong, very potent. But in terms of that single target, they can heal much better than Scoundrel or Sage healers. The main downside with the Commando healer is their energy management, and it's one of the reasons why I focus so much on the Operative and the Scoundrel in terms of energy management, because if you don't do that right, you are going to burn yourself quite badly. So stick around for that third video because it will be there. Now, the other thing that that Commandos are very good is their utility and mobility. Commandos are fairly strong in terms of their mobility with this skill right here. There we go. Hold the line. Grants 6 seconds of immunity from all moving and parrying effects, knockdowns, physics, and increases movement speed by 30%. So you can so being able to shift around very, very quickly over the course of 6 seconds and reposition yourself, really, really nice skill there. Now, there is also something called the Propulsion Round, which is right here. Now, as you can see in the video, I do not have a assault cannon. So I do not have Propulsion Round available to me because you can see cannot be used while immobilized or hindered, requires assault cannon. Now, why do I do that? Assault cannon I use for my DPS, but the blaster rifle I use for my healing, because no healing skill is blocked out when you are using your blaster rifle. And as a trooper, to be quite honest, it just looks better. Sorry, it does. It does matter. But I think that's why it has a similar jive in that respect to the Operative, which I really like as well. We also have Hold the Line as well, which is hold the line, where is it? I cannot find it. Oh, it's around somewhere. Where is it? Somebody's gonna point it out to me in chat, I'm sure. Hold the line. So Hold the Line can be buffed through our utilities, so let's not worry about that right now, but we'll come to it later. Now, when 6.0 dropped, and even before 6.0, Commando Combat Medic was probably the strongest go-to healer in the game. And in 6.1.2, after they did a little bit of tweaking, they went back and forth. Commando is probably still that holds that that stature as probably one of the best healers out there. Even with some of the tweaks and things that they did in the game, Commando healing is excellent. So you're not going to go you're not going to lose out a whole lot by going in this line. So it's very good that way. Now, let's move on to survivability as part of the overall introduction here. Commandos are very, very good with survivability. The reason is they wear heavy armor. Now, heavy armor as a healer is going to provide you with some of those extra mitigations. If we go to here and in our defense, look at that. We've got right now, just as heavy armor, almost just over 32.5% damage reduction in that. So that's a really nice thing to have, and that is primarily due to our our heavy armor stance. We also have good off healing capabilities. So if we are running, let's say, the gunnery line, we do have some off healing skills that stay with us. So that's a nice little bonus as well if you happen to be running DPS. However, in this, of course, we're dealing specifically with the combat medic. And the combat medic has the strongest burst single target healing and has a very, very good AoE heal or AoE heals. And I think one of the best things that you can do actually is pair up the Sawbones healer with the Commando healer, and those two in a team can be very, very potent together because they can complement the AoE heals and with the strong burst healing that the Commando can do, it's quite effective that way. Now, if you have two Commando healers, you're still probably going to be just fine. But if you wanted to make up a kind of a pairing of healers, then a Scoundrel and a Commando is excellent for you to use. Now, there is some changes in terms of gearing and tacticals and things like that we are going to get into. There was some nerfs with rocket fuel vapors tactical and the concentrated fire set, and so because of that, they are no longer best in slot. They're still good, but they're no longer best in slot, or BIS for short. And you want to be considering how much uptime you have on this skill right here, which is Supercharged Cell plus energy management, and that's something that we will be getting into in video number 2 with passives and utilities. So stay tuned for that. Okay, that is at 12.5 minutes. So that is the overview. That's video 1. Please stay tuned for video number 2 upcoming. And video number 3, of course, is going to get into more of the nitty-gritty with rotation, energy management, gear, etc. So stay tuned, sub up, hit the notification button, and they will be there for you. And of course, everybody, thank you very much for being here. May the Force be with you, and we will see you for video number 2.